A 2010 poll found some disturbing things. A 2010 poll found some disturbing things. The original Fhrerbunker was as big as a house. The original bunker is sealed so acolytes cannot make pilgrimages. It seems those running the Fhrerbunker replica have done their due diligence, or at least are trying to, when it comes to making sure the bunker is seen in its appropriate context and not appropriated by extremists or neo-Nazis. The original bunker was sealed so as to avoid attention from such acolytes, and many worry that the replica will garner the very same attention they feared. However, the office replica is only accessible to those who have chosen to visit another bunker, one famous for holding 12,000 people despite being built for 3,500. Visiting the replica learned the bunker's true history as well. There are no photos allowed in the replica bunker. Tourists are fascinated, but the Germans have a different opinion. The original site of the Fhrerbunker was off the grid until 2006, when a small plaque went up at what is now a parking lot. That's largely because the Germans didn't care. Despite studying Hitler ad infinitum, the location of the bunker or its contents weren't of interest. For tourists, however, learning about the bunker was an assumed part of their travel to Berlin. As sections of the Berlin Wall were rebuilt for tourists, perhaps it shouldn't be surprising that a piece of the Fhrerbunker has been rebuilt as well. Adam Fhronius from the Memorial to the Murdered Jews of Europe echoed the tourist interest in historical sites like the bunker. Fhronius said, "I don't think that's a bad thing. Everyone who comes to Berlin and who is interested in history knows that there was a Fhrerbunker, and they'd be surprised to find only a parking lot at the site." The Fhrerbunker saw the murder of 6 children. The bodyguard who first saw Hitler and Braun's bodies wrote in his memoir that he overheard Braun and Magda Goebbels, the wife of propaganda minister Joseph Goebbels, talking about how they would die with their husbands. And while Braun offed herself, the story of the Goebbels family is a darker one that also ends in the Fhrerbunker. Magda Goebbels, wife of propaganda minister Joseph Goebbels, forced Dr. Helmut Kuntz, an SS dentist, to knock her children out with morphine, according to newly found records. Helga, 12, Hildegard, 11, Helmut, 9, Holdine, 8, Hedwig, 6, and Hadron, 4, were all eventually offed with cyanide pills after the morphine had taken effect. Their names began with H in honor of the Führer. Goebbels shot Magda and then shot himself. Hitler and his new bride offed themselves in the original bunker. Hitler's bunker was the scene of the end of World War II, where he and Eva Braun were married and then offed themselves 2 days later, on April 30, 1945. For many, the taking of their own lives represented, and perhaps still represents, the true end of the war. The couple offed themselves after giving their beloved dogs cyanide. The bunker replica is part of a larger exhibit about Hitler's rise. The Fhrerbunker replica is a small part of a permanent exhibit focusing on not what happened during WW2, but why it happened. The Berlin Story Museum starts at Hitler's childhood and walks through his entire life, including his stint as a soldier and his efforts at being an artist. The story ends, and Hitler's story ends, in the bunker office where he took his life. One of the curators noted that paying attention to the why, the whole story leading to Hitler's power, and his eventual demise is key to making sure something like Hitler and the Holocaust never happens again. As Reuters put it, how did ordinary Germans turn into mass murderers? Other parts of the Berlin Story Museum's exhibit teach visitors about pogroms, concentration camps, and the Holocaust itself.
Some call the replica sensationalism.
The bunker replica is a privately funded endeavor, and state-funded exhibits and museums aren't thrilled with it. The topography of terror, which sounds more like a horror show than a museum, is one such detractor, even calling the exhibit Disneyland. Wieland Jabel, who curated the exhibit, has been called Hitler Disney, even though the exhibit and replica are meant to document Hitler's victims and the horrors he committed. But, as board member and guide of the museum, Enno Lenz explained, a common question we get is why the Jews funded Hitler even though he was against them. Another common question is who drove Nazis into the bunkers to gas them. Those questions came from teachers. Lenz says that he wants to raise awareness about the Third Reich, not sensationalize it. There's a widespread fear of humanizing Hitler.
The question the replica tries to answer is how could this happen?
The question the replica tries to answer is how could this happen?
The exhibit curator has a personal interest in Hitler and the bunker.
The exhibit curator has a personal interest in Hitler and the bunker.
Hey guys, thank you so much for the support and likes and comments down below, and also thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Then take care, bye.